Listen, I can't believe that you silly people out there are still multitasking. If you're still multitasking, okay, what are you doing, sir? Multitasking is a scam that was invented by big business to try to get you to consume a podcast. It was invented by big podcasts to get you to consume a podcast while you're doing literally anything else. Here's why multitasking is bad, okay? Multitasking is bad because, one, you're not actually learning anything. You cannot multitask. Multitasking is fake. It is a scam, a lie. It is a lie. The biggest lie made by anyone in the entire world. Because in order to multitask, you're doing two things, and one of those things is definitely being done half-assedly or barely even being done at all. When was the last time you multitasked? It was probably while playing a little video game, huh? It was probably while playing Call of Duty or Minecraft. You're playing and you're building blocks and you're listening to something in the background. Or maybe you're doing laundry and you're listening to a podcast or something. Okay, whatever. If you half-ass doing laundry, if you half-ass doing Minecraft, who cares? But multitasking, if you're like, oh no, I can totally answer those emails while I'm sitting down inside of this lecture room and still absorb the information via osmosis, you are dumb, bro. You need to get out of that classroom and you need to go back to human 101, okay? Because that is not possible. Either your email that you're writing is the equivalent of like a 5-year-old ChatGPT version 2.0 talking, hello sir, can I order a number 5? I'll get back to you later. All the best. Peace out, bitch. That's the email that you're sending. Or the lecture is just being like, wah, 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 wah. It's the adults in peanuts talking, okay? Because you got peanuts in your brain if you think multitasking is good. Okay, that's the first point. Second point, what is it? You'd never believe it. Multitasking actually completely separates you from being present in the moment. Now think about this. When was the last time you ever enjoyed anything in your sad sap that's an excuse for a life? Okay? It was probably when you had a one-minded focusedness with the world. Probably when you were like, dude, I remember when I was hanging out with my friend and then we went to the skate park and then we skated and I hit a 720 lick 360 kick style free flip. Okay? That's probably what you remember as being the best moment of your life. And I can bet your bottom dollar that you really remember that moment because you were living in that moment, okay? You weren't doing that 360 heel flip while listening to some podcast about how to be the most optimistic or optimize your performance for your little stupid job so you can make as much profit as possible for your little consumer company. No, you weren't thinking of that. You were consumed entirely in the present moment now. Now, when you're walking around, right, and you're listening to a podcast, maybe that's fine if you're walking the same route that you usually walk for the 500th time. But if you're walking around, especially in a new area, especially if it's with someone else, guys, don't listen to podcasts where you're walking around with your siblings or your parents or your friends. That's kind of lame. You're going to wish that you weren't listening to that podcast one of these days when everyone's dead. But anyway, if you're multitasking, listening to a podcast while doing all this shit, it will take you out of the real world. You will no longer feel like you are a member of society. You will feel like an NPC. And after a couple of years, maybe even a couple of months, you will be an NPC. And you will deserve everything that's coming to you. You will deserve that soy Wojak meme being made of you walking down the street listening to a podcast going, oh my god, whoa, I'm getting to learn more information while I'm walking? 2024 much? Heckin' epic! Yes! No, in reality, what you're doing is you're making the years go by, you're making the fleeting moments of your life even more fleeting because you're not making it memorable at all. Instead of going outside and listening to the world and appreciating nature, oh, you listen to a podcast on how to, I don't know, be less of a douchebag? and you're obviously not absorbing any of the information because you were being less of a douchebag. You wouldn't be listening to the podcast while walking on the street, while walking slowly on the sidewalk, while everyone tries to overtake you by going a little bit faster. But whenever someone tries to overtake you, either you move in front of them or you speed up your pace a little bit so that they can't actually end up walking past you without literally running past you. And then when they run past you, they look like the asshole when you're the asshole after all, because you were walking super slow on a sidewalk, in the middle of the sidewalk, not even on one side of it. That's why multitasking sucks, okay? Little recap for everyone out there who was listening to this video while multitasking. Stop, cut it out right now. Now that you've cut it out, here's the recap. 1, multitasking sucks because 1, you cannot multitask. You cannot multitask, and that is the truth. So you, in reality, if you're multitasking, you're actually doing one thing, and the second thing that you're trying to do is being done miserably. And I wouldn't even pay someone. I wouldn't even let someone pay me for them to do the task that you're doing with the same quality of work when you're multitasking. I would pay them to get away from me if they were doing the same quality of work that you were doing when you were multitasking. 2, multitasking actually takes away from the special moments of whatever thing that you're doing while you're multitasking. So imagine doing the dishes. I'm not going to come up with another example because I already came up with a freaking example. So screw you.